Hi, my name is Jeff Howald. Welcome to Introduction to 5-String Banjo, where you will be able to watch and learn how to play the banjo. The purpose of this course is to start the beginning student out correctly in playing the 5-string banjo and to show you each beginning step clearly and completely. We feel that once you have mastered the fundamentals, you will then be able to effectively use other, more advanced material, take lessons, or learn by watching friends. Even though this course can be used by itself, we strongly recommend getting the companion book Banjo Primer for the following reasons. All of the exercises and examples in this course are covered in the book, plus it has additional material to help you. When practicing the exercises over and over, it is much easier to use a book as opposed to having your VCR DVD player on pause. Plus, you can take your book out in the woods, sit under a tree, and play. There is an audio CD with the Banjo Primer book which plays all of the examples and songs at 2 to 4 speeds, which enables you to play at additional tempos. Check with your local music store. In order to play the banjo properly, you must accomplish 8 objectives. Take your banjo to a local music store to make sure that it is in proper playing condition and that it has new strings. If it does need adjustment, they can probably do it or recommend someone who understands the banjo. Let me point out a few important things. Bridge placement is very important. The easiest way to make sure that the bridge is in the proper position is to take a ruler and measure from the edge of the nut, okay, here, to the center of the 12th fret, okay? Edge of the nut, center of the 12th fret. That will be the same distance as from the center of the 12th fret to the edge of the bridge. Once you have the bridge located properly, take a pencil and mark the location. The action should be high enough so that the strings don't buzz, and low enough that it is not painful to press down on them. Once again, your music store can help. We will assume that you will be sitting when practicing. Sit in a straight back chair with both feet firmly planted on the ground. The banjo should sit between your legs. If you have a heavy banjo, the neck will naturally come to a 45-degree angle. If not, the neck will tend to droop. The solution to this is to use a strap. It will not only help to support the neck, but will keep your left arm from getting as tired. If you use a strap, attach one end here so that it will not place excess strain on the neck. In other words, do not place it here. Place it right here. The other end of the strap should be secured here, not here, but here, where it will not pull or dislodge the tailpiece. We will now tune the banjo. The first string, which is closest to the floor, is a D. I will play the D string. You can trace the string to the appropriate tuning peg and raise or lower the string until it sounds like my banjo. The second string is a B. The third string is a G. The fourth string is a D. And the fifth string is a G. Another way of tuning is with an electronic tuner, which we highly recommend. Not only will you spend far less time tuning, but your instrument will sound better. Even though a guitar tuner will work, we recommend a chromatic tuner, which will cost about $35 to $60. 2 metal finger picks and a plastic thumb pick are used when playing the banjo. For the finger picks, we recommend either Jim Dunlop picks or Kaiser picks, which are copies of the old National finger picks. Ironically, the new National finger picks have changed their design and tend to pinch many people's fingers due to their rough edges. So if you have these and they are uncomfortable, try the others. When placing the picks on the fingers, remember several things. The finger picks follow the curve of the finger as opposed to being like a fingernail. Here is the correct way to put on the pick. Here is the incorrect way. The picks extend about 1/8 of an inch beyond the front of the finger. You may bend the sides of the pick, but do not bend the front. Place the thumb pick on the thumb like this. The pick fits comfortably on the thumb and the point faces away from the left hand. Use a National, Dunlop, or other plastic thumb pick. Make sure to use a medium or heavy thumb pick. There are several keys to achieving proper right hand position. We must first provide a firm base for the right hand by anchoring the little and ring finger on the head. Even though anchoring 2 fingers is preferable, many banjo players, including myself, use either the little or the ring finger. The price I pay is sometimes when playing for long periods my finger cramps. At this stage, do whatever permits you to hold your right hand correctly. The forearm should rest on the armrest approximately 2/3 of the way between the wrist and the elbow to permit the wrist to arch correctly. The wrist should be 3 to 4 inches above the head of the banjo. If this is a problem, hold a rubber ball between the wrist and the head. Overemphasize the arch of the wrist to ensure that your fingers strike the strings properly. The palm of the right hand should be rounded and form the shape of a C. Here is the correct position of the palm. Notice the C shape. Here is the incorrect position. We want to avoid a flat hand position, this being correct. The purpose of holding the wrist and arm correctly is to position the right hand fingers properly in relation to the strings. The power that you hear from the banjo comes from short finger strokes. To illustrate, let's imagine that you have a paint spot on your banjo head that you are trying to remove. Notice that I scrape the head with short and very powerful strokes. I do not use long 2 and 3 inch strokes. Now take your left finger and press the right finger and feel the power. The position and movement of the right hand fingers is very important in achieving the correct sound. Look carefully at the fingers. We see 3 sections, 1, 2, and 3. When striking the strings, the 3rd section remains fairly stationary, while the 1st and 2nd sections remain fairly stiff. For example, play the string several times. You will also notice that the fingers stay within 3/4 inch of the string, like this, not like this, like this. And remember that your power comes from very short but powerful strokes. One other observation. When playing, the right thumb should be in front of the index and middle fingers. This is correct. This is incorrect. The symptoms of flyaway index finger are that your playing falls apart as you speed up and your index finger tends to move in 2 to 3 inch movements. You will notice that notes played with the index finger are not as clear as the other notes or sometimes are non-existent. The cause is that the right wrist is not arched correctly and the index finger is allowed to move with little control. The index finger is moving up and down like this as opposed to sideways like this. The solution for flyaway index finger is to keep the wrist arched with a handball if necessary, keep the fingers within a 3/4 inch zone, and keep the palm arched and rounded. When practicing slowly, emphasize notes played by the right hand index finger by playing them louder than the other notes. Let's review the 8 objectives we have just covered. Make sure that your banjo is in good playing condition by taking it to your local music store. Make sure that the bridge is in the correct place, the tuning keys work, and that the action is correct. Hold the banjo with your feet firmly planted on the ground and the neck at a 45-degree angle. Make sure that the banjo is in proper tune by tuning with My Banjo or purchasing an electronic chromatic tuner. Put your picks on correctly by placing them on your fingers, following the curve of your finger and sticking out about 1/8 of an inch. The thumb pick should also be worn correctly, like this. Make sure your right hand is in the proper position by arching the wrist, having the forearm 2/3 of the way resting on the armrest, and making sure the wrist is rounded and in a C shape. Understand that the power on the banjo comes from short but powerful strokes, and that the right fingers stay within 3/4 inch of the strings. Move the right fingers in such a way that the third joint remains stationary and the first and second joints move together. Watch for flyaway index finger. At first, play louder with the right index finger when practicing slowly. We will now play the G, C, and D7th chords. The banjo is tuned to an open G. Strum down with your thumb pick and play the G chord. We will now make a C chord. Place the left index finger on the second string first fret, the ring finger on the first string second fret. Strum down on all the strings, making sure we are getting a clear sound on each of the strings. When playing at the bottom of the neck, we will use an elevated thumb placement. Here's where the thumb contacts the neck. As we move up the neck, the thumb goes towards the middle of the neck. Arch the fingers and press the strings with the tips of the fingers. There should be a space between the bottom of the fingerboard and your left hand. Play a G chord by strumming down on all 5 strings. Now make a C chord and strum down on all 5 strings. Now play a G chord. Now a C. When playing the G chord, hold the C chord in the air about 1/2 inch above the fretboard, ready to be lowered, like this. Lower, release, lower. Another exercise is to make a C chord on the banjo. Lift it off, shake your hand, make it again. Do this for 1 or 2 minutes when you first start practicing. Now play the D7th chord. Place the left index finger on the second string first fret and the middle finger on the third string second fret. Practice changing between the G and D7th chords. Okay, let's play a G. Now a D7th. G. D7th. G. D7th. Once again, when playing the G chord, hold the D7th shape above the fretboard. Another exercise is to make a D7th chord on the fretboard. Take it off, shake your hand, make the D7th chord again, and so forth. If you are having trouble with any of the chords, repeat that section and practice the individual drills. Also make sure that your fingernails are trimmed, permitting the fingers to press down properly on the fretboard. Tablature is a system for writing music which shows the proper string and fret to play, as well as the correct fingers to use. It is recommended that you use tablature to learn a song, but memorize the pieces as quickly as possible so that you can work on playing with more technique and expression. In banjo tablature, each space represents a string. The first space is the first string. The second space is the second string. The third space is the third string. The fourth space is the fourth string. And the fifth space is the fifth string. If the string is to be noted, the fret number is written in the appropriate space. Otherwise, a 0 is written. For example, we have the first string open, not noted. First string fretted at the 3rd fret. Third string fretted at the 2nd fret. Second string fretted at the 3rd fret. Fifth string open, not fretted. Fourth string fretted at the 2nd fret. The correct finger of the right hand is written below the lines. For example, first string open, played with the right middle finger. Third string 2nd fret, played with the thumb. Second string 3rd fret, played with the right index finger. We're going to play several exercises to get you ready for our first song, Boil Them Cabbage Down. Exercise A, ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. Exercise B, ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. Exercise C, ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. Exercise D, ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. Exercise E, ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. Now we'll combine all these exercises to play Boil Them Cabbage Down. Ready, play. We will now play Boil Them Cabbage Down at a faster speed with guitar and mandolin rhythm. Practice this several times until you can play along with it comfortably. 1 and 2 and. We have chosen to play the songs at 72 and 165 on the metronome, playing one note per click. We have found from our experience in teaching that mastering each lick at the slower speeds lets the beginner focus more on technique and timing and avoid the pitfalls of playing too fast. In addition, the slower speeds permit the student to easily watch the movements of the left and right hands. Once you have mastered these speeds, you can play faster by using a metronome or the CD that comes with the Banjo Primer book. A slide is a technique that is used to play two notes while picking the string only once. We will be playing a slide from the 3rd string 2nd fret to the 3rd string 4th fret. We start by playing the 3rd string at the 2nd fret and letting it ring. While still pressing down the string with the left middle finger, we slide up to the 3rd string 4th fret. When we arrive at the 3rd string 4th fret, the string is still ringing. Depending on the song, the first note of the slide is held for different lengths. Here are a couple examples. Here is fast, here is slow. Play slides for 5 or 10 minutes before proceeding to the next song. We will now do the exercises for Boilin' Cabbage Down, 2nd break. Exercise A, ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. Exercise B, ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. Now we'll play Boil 'em Cabbage Down using the slide. Ready, play. Now we'll play Boil 'em Cabbage Down, 2nd break, faster. 1 and 2 and. The hammer-on is another technique used to play two notes while picking the string once. Place the left-hand index finger on the 3rd string 2nd fret and pick the 3rd string, letting the note ring. Hammer on to the 3rd string 3rd fret with the middle finger of the left hand. Play this several times. We will now play the exercises for Cripple Creek. Exercise A is the hammer-on we just covered. We'll start with exercise B at a slow speed. Now faster. Ready, play. We'll now do exercise C. Ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. We'll now play exercise D. Ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. We'll now do exercise E. Ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. We'll now play exercise F. Ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. Now play the first break to Cripple Creek at a slow speed. If you have any problems with any of the measures of Cripple Creek, go back to the appropriate exercises. Note that we will not play the repeats. Ready, play. Before proceeding to the next speed, let me make a few suggestions. Play through the entire song at a slow speed, making note of any measures that you have trouble with. Concentrate your practice on these difficult measures. Concentrate on accuracy by playing new pieces very slowly. The most critical time for accuracy is the first 20 times that you play through a piece. We will now play the first break of Cripple Creek at a faster speed. Again, we won't play the repeats. 1 and 2 and. We will now play the exercises for Shady Grove. Ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. We'll now do exercise B. Ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. Exercise C. Ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. And exercise D. Ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. We will now play Shady Grove at a slow speed. Ready, play. We will now play Shady Grove faster. 1 and 2 and. The next song is Worried Man Blues. It's very similar to the right-hand patterns we used in Boil 'em Cabbage Down. We'll add another finger to the C chord. Play the C chord, then add the middle finger on the 4th-string 2nd fret. Now we'll use this to play Worried Man Blues. Ready, play. now play Worried Man Blues at a faster speed.
1 and 2 and.
A pull-off is another technique allowing you to get two sounds while striking the string only once. A pull-off consists of two steps. Place the left-hand middle finger on the third string 3rd fret with the index finger on the 2nd fret. Pick the 3rd string. Pull off the middle finger strongly to get a second sound. Practice this several times. We will now play the exercises for the second break to Cripple Creek.
Exercise A, ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. Exercise B, ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. Exercise C, ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. Exercise D, ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. Exercise E, ready, play. Faster. Ready, play.
We will now combine all of these exercises to play the second break of Cripple Creek. Note that we won't play the repeats.
Ready, play.
We will now play Cripple Creek faster. Again, we won't play the repeats.
1 and 2 and.
Let's talk about how to practice. If you follow these suggestions, your practice time will be much more efficient and you will progress much faster. Set up a practice area somewhere in the house with a music stand with your book open to the lesson. Have an instrument stand holding your banjo ready to be played at a moment's notice. Schedule practice time every day. Practice in short 5 to 15-minute sessions and concentrate on a small segment of music. 2 or 3 short sessions will quickly exceed 30 minutes. When learning a new song, master each measure separately before proceeding to the next. Play very slowly and exactly. The first 20 times you play a song are the most important. Play as slowly as you need to achieve 100% accuracy those first 20 times. Learn to identify and focus on the hard parts of a song and put your efforts there as opposed to playing a song from start to finish over and over. For example, some measures may require 10 to 15 repetitions, while others may require 200 or 300. Set up your practice time to coincide with other activities such as when you wake up, when you go to bed, or when you come home at the end of the day. There are times when you can squeeze in 5 or 10 minutes. Banjo playing is a lot of fun no matter what your level of competence. Relax and enjoy yourself. Up to this point, the arrangements have featured basic techniques which help you master the fundamentals. We'll now include more advanced arrangements that feature licks and techniques that will start you on the road to sounding like an experienced banjo player. Let's start with basic breakdown.
Basic breakdown, exercise A. Ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. And now exercise B. Ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. We'll now do exercise C. Ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. Exercise D. Ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. Now exercise E. Ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. Exercise F. Ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play.
will now put everything together to play the first break of Basic Breakdown.
Ready, play.
Here is the first break faster.
1 and 2 and.
We will now show you how to do a choke or a bend, which is a technique used to raise the pitch of a string by pressing up. There are 3 steps to a choke. Play the 2nd string at the 10th fret. While still holding the string down, push up with the left middle finger. Note that the tone changes as the string bends. Slightly reduce the middle finger pressure, relax the hand, and let the string return to the normal position. The finger should still be on the string. We'll use the choke to start an up the neck break for Basic Breakdown. Pay close attention to the left hand fingering.
We'll now do exercise A. Ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. Exercise B. Ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. Exercise C. Ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. Exercise D. Ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. Exercise E. Ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. Exercise F. Ready, play. Exercise F, faster. Ready, play. We'll now play exercise G. Ready, play. Now faster. Ready, play. We'll now play H. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now faster. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We will now combine these exercises to play the second break to basic breakdown.
Ready, play.
Here is basic breakdown with mandolin and guitar accompaniment.
1 and 2 and.
Well, that's all the time we have for this course, and we hope you've had a lot of fun learning about the banjo. The companion book, Banjo Primer, contains quite a bit more material that we didn't have time to cover. And it includes an audio CD, which contains more and faster versions of each song. The follow-up to this course is Banjo Songs, a book with 2 CDs. This is an intermediate to advanced course containing 96 breaks to 30 bluegrass standard songs. We also have similar courses for other bluegrass instruments, including acoustic guitar, mandolin, and fiddle. And we have a jam-along CD called Let's Jam CD, Country and Bluegrass. If you and your friend want to learn the lyrics to 150 bluegrass songs, try the Bluegrass Fake Book. Check with your local music store. If you can't locate this material, call us or check out our website. I've really enjoyed playing the banjo for many years and hope you've had as much fun as I've had.